Hi, Mark Weinthal with Murray Speed and Custom. We're going to install a K&N cold air system on a 2008 Corvette. This is Larry Abrams' car. He so lusciously volunteered it to be done on. This is a K&N part number 633073 cold air system. This thing will add 17 horsepower at 4,700 RPM. As you can see by the kit, this is basically what comes in with the kit. It's fairly simple and easy to do. Really nice job by K&N. The air filter actually has a carbon fiber lids on it. Very nice touch for the Corvette. We're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we need to do is disconnect the negative cable on the battery. Something you need to do before you start is write down all your codes on the computer to make sure you have your radio codes and all your engine codes set, so if they don't come back, you can reprogram them. Hi, Mark Weinthal with Murray Speed and Custom. Tools you're going to need to install your K&N cold air system into a 2008 Corvette. You're going to need a T20 torque, a 10mm socket, a regular screwdriver, 2.5 and 4.0 Allen wrenches. Now let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first step you need to do is remove the crankcase vent system. How to do that is there's two white buttons on either side. Squeeze those buttons in and pull up on the tube, and that is disconnected. Next step you have to do is remove the electrical connection for the mass air system. There's a gray tab on the bottom of this connection. Pull that tab loose, squeeze up on the bottom of the tab area to pull it out. As you can see right here, this is how the tab that you pull out, and that's what you need to squeeze on to get this thing off the bottom of the mass airflow sensor. Step number 4 is to actually remove the complete cold air system. First thing you do is you unscrew the hose clamp closest to the throttle body. That will remove the cold air system. And the next thing you need to do is you need to pull these pins up that hold the cold air system down. These locking pins right here. One on either side. Take a screwdriver and just jab it in there. Be careful what you do so you don't scratch everything and damage everything. You just pick that up, and that should loosen the whole system. Something that I want to note on anytime you're removing any parts from any vehicle is always save your old parts. Stick them back in the box that they came in. Put them up in your attic. You never know what you're going to do down the road if you want to put the old system back on, or if you sell the vehicle, the new owner might want those. So save your parts. Don't discard them. As always, anytime anything rubber's been stuck on metal, especially with the hose clamp, you're going to have to break the seal on it. So we broke the seal, lifted it up, and now we're just going to remove the stock system. Step number 6 is to install the gasket onto the mass airflow adapter thing. Pull the backing off on it and simply line it up and press it on. Step number 7 is to go ahead and remove the mass airflow sensor. What you're going to need to do that is you're going to need a T20 torque to remove the 2 screws. There's your mass airflow sensor. Okay, the next step we're going to do is we're going to take the factory mass air sensor and install it into the adapter. There is a correct way and an incorrect way when you're installing it. When you install it, make sure the 2 screws line up. Go ahead and take the 2 screws that were provided with the K&N kit and your 2.5mm Allen wrench and install. Okay, we're now going to install the mass airflow sensor into the K&N tube. It's very important that that is the opening right there, that is facing towards the front of the tube and or the front of the car. Use a 4.0 Allen wrench to do this. And don't tighten it down too snug, because keeping in mind that this stuff is plastic. The reason for plastic is plastic does not transfer heat like aluminum tubes do by some other manufacturers. Okay. Next step we're going to do is remove the factory fitting for the crankcase from the old system. This is what it looks like. This is the way it came out of there. I've already taken, this is the K&N system, I've already taken and installed the grommet in there ahead of time. Very important, you also reach your hand around on the inside of it, to making sure that the grommet is fully seated on the inside of it, that way it's not crimped. Go ahead and take your fitting and just push it directly into it. I'm going to go ahead and remove the mounting grommets from the factory exhaust system. You pull the pins out that we pulled out earlier, except this time you pull it all the way out. Then what you do is you take and you push the grommet all the way through from the bottom, working its way up through the top. That's what the piece looks like, and again you're taking it up from the top, and then you're going to go ahead and just remove the grommet from the factory system. Okay, I've installed the grommets from the old cold air system onto the new K&N one. It's easier to install the grommets from the bottom up than from the top down. Another thing to concern yourself with also is that the pins that go into these grommets are hexed, so you need to make sure you put them back in the proper way. Don't jam them, they go in nice and smooth and easily. Next step we're going to do is go ahead and install the rest of the parts for the cold air system. We're going to take the silicone hose that was provided with it and install it on the tube and install the silicone hose onto the tube and secure it with the provided hose clamps. When you put the silicone hose on to the K&N cold air tube, it's important that you get the groove that's cut into the coupling to match up with the screw hole on the top of the filter and on the bottom. They are parallel to each other. Second clamp is now on, so we're going to go ahead and just put the filter up in there, and you just simply push it up in there. Step number 17, we're going to go ahead and provide this provided silicone hose onto the throttle body. Slides on there nice and easy. Take the hose clamp, slide it over there, and tighten it down. Okay, here we have the assembled K&N air assembly. We're going to go ahead and put it back in the car. It goes right back into the factory holes that were there prior. Okay, K&N recommends that you put the silicone connector on the throttle body first. We recommend that you put the silicone connector on the K&N cold air system first, sliding it as far forward as you can on the cold air system, and then connecting your pieces to the grommets to the frame again, and then going ahead and sliding the silicone connector against the lip on the throttle body. Once you do that, you go ahead and take your two hose clamps that you already have on there ahead of time, tighten them down, then you take and go ahead and reconnect your mass airflow sensor electronics. Just slide it back on, push it up in there, you'll hear it click, and also then make sure you slide your gray connector that you loosened up, also slide that forward, making sure that it connects and clicks. Pull on it a little, make sure it's snug, and then you're going to go ahead and reconnect your crankcase ventilation system back on, and you'll hear it click and everything. Reconnect your battery cable with a number 10 with a 10mm wrench. Start the motor up. Make sure it's in park. If it's a manual car, make sure you get your emergency brake on. Start it up. Listen, make sure you have no air leaks or anything of that nature, and then take it for a test drive. Make sure everything sounds good. Hope you enjoyed this segment. Thank you. And don't forget, this was purchased at Murray Speed & Custom.